I think we might be 20 years behind the gas stations. There's a cash price and there's a credit card price. They want you to come pay cash and and you go in with $10, it's $10. Now you go in with your debit card, your credit card, anything. There's a fee that you're paying, right? Through your monthly statement. There's a fee that the business is paying. And guess what? You're also making tips on that thing to our people. And that's what we're in the room over there trying to figure out. It's like, if we don't have cash in the business, how are we going to pay out these tips?
Hey guys, old school Will is back again. Hey, I wanted to ask you something about what happens when you're driving up and down the freeways and you're going on that vacation and you decide you're going to pull into a service station and find out that the price they advertise is not exactly the price that was on your ticket when you got your receipt. Did y'all realize that service stations can charge you for using a credit card? Most of them do. Like if you're driving up and down the interstate and you see one price up on that big old gasoline billboard sign there that says $2.89 and $2.89, a few seconds later it clicks over to $3.89, and you didn't catch that. Guess what they just did? They're charging you cash price, which was a $2.89, and the credit card price is $3.89. This happens throughout the entire country, so it's something that we have to be aware of. I ran across this the other day, and I said, this is something that's pretty interesting here because I really never noticed. So what do? We go for the lesser price, not realizing when we go into it to pay for it, or we slide our credit card into that little old machine thing there, it's charging us more. The luxury of using cash in comparison with using a credit card. Yeah, they're taking advantage of it all kind of ways, folks. So I wanted to do this one to kind of make you aware and make you informed that when you travel about, make sure you look at that sign real close to make sure that you're not getting charged more than you thought you should be getting charged. And believe it or not, it's totally legal from what I'm understanding. So with all that being said, oh, by the way, if you guys still like my videos and all that good stuff, don't forget to subscribe and like and hit that bell thing there, and it helps the algorithm. As I keep saying, it doesn't cost you a dime. We're over 600,000 views, and I'm trying to make that 100,000 subscriber mark probably by the end of the summer if we can. So I want to thank each and every one of you for believing in old school and letting me know if you think my information is worthwhile and helping you out a bit. Times are getting tight and going to get a whole lot worse, so old school's going to try to help you out the best he can. With all that being said, let's go ahead and let's look at some of these videos here. And by the way, you guys stay blessed.
So here I am at a gas station and just wanted to emphasize that for decades, gas stations have been offering dual pricing to their customers. You have a cash price and you have a card price. It is now illegal in all 50 states. You can offset your fees as a business owner. So do what gas stations do. They have two different prices. They'll give you a discount if you pay with cash, and if you pay with card, you pay a little bit more.
Oh guys, I'm filling up premium gas, 39 cents. Oh my God. I'm hacking. Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to afford that bill. Thank you.
New at 6, we're finding more gas stations charging $1 more per gallon for drivers who pay by credit card than those who pay with cash. After a recent report, some of you contacted investigative reporter Dave Bowman wondering if this practice is legal, especially if the dollar difference isn't displayed on those signs that drivers see from the road. Dave first exposed that dollar difference in November, joining us now in studio. Dave, is this even legal?
Shannon, Megan, that $1 a gallon extra for credit card use is legal, which means you, the driver, need to be aware of the potential difference in costs. A local businessman says his newfound awareness saves his company thousands. North County Cooling has a fleet of 12 trucks.
Our gas bills monthly are around $3,000.
Pat Igo owns this air conditioning and repair company. He recently went to fill up a truck near his business, and when he stopped at the pump,
And I noticed that in the little box at the bottom that it didn't match the price that was out at the street.
it was $1 a gallon more to pay by credit card. So Igo went in to see the manager, asking, is this some kind of mistake?
And he goes, no, I can make it any number I want. And so I walked out.
Pat Igo and other drivers say they're noticing significantly higher charges for credit card users by more service stations. I first showed the difference back in November when callers said, we really need to look at this.
I definitely felt like I was getting taken advantage of.
Robert Zeiger was livid when he showed us the sign on the Chevron station at the corner of Indiantown Road and alternate A1A in Jupiter. It advertised gas at $3.15 a gallon on the sign you could see from the road. At first, he didn't notice the much smaller sign on the pump showing credit card users will have to pay $1 a gallon more. When did you learn you were paying $4.15 instead of $3.15?
After I finished pumping my 8 gallons of gas and was shocked that I paid $35.
Back then, we found the Chevron in Jupiter and 2 other stations near the interstate exit in West Palm Beach on Okeechobee Boulevard, charging $1 a gallon higher for credit card users. Days after I started asking questions, the stations dropped the difference between cash and credit to 90 cents a gallon. So 5 months later, I followed up at that Chevron on Indiantown and alternate A1A in Jupiter, at the BP near the I-95 exit on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach, and at the Shell across Okeechobee Boulevard from the BP. I found all stations charging credit card users $1 a gallon more for regular gas. I also priced 4 service stations in Palm Beach County where people filed complaints with the Florida Attorney General's office. This Shell at Tequesta on US 1. This Gardens Market Shell at North Lake and Military Trail. This Exxon station on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. And the Chevron on North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. All of them charging credit card users an extra $1 a gallon. At all 7 stations, I went inside to find out why they're charging credit card users $1 more. Some had no comment. Others said, speak to the service station owners. But they weren't around.
Do I agree with how it works? Not really, but they're independents and they're allowed to set the pricing the way that they want to.
Ned Bowman is the executive director of the Florida Petroleum Marketing Association. It represents 7,000 stations selling gas in our state. Bowman says several cities and counties, including Palm Beach County, once had ordinances requiring visible posting of cash versus credit prices. But in 2015, state lawmakers passed a law negating local rules for gas station signs. Bowman supports the idea of uniform statewide rules. As he said, some counties had different regulations regarding height, color, or locations of signs. As for not displaying the discrepancy of cash versus credit prices,
you have fair market and free market. You hate to say it, but buyer beware. But if you do get caught in that thing, you have the right not to go back there ever again.
Pat Igo makes sure his crews never go back to stations and charge $1 a gallon more. He doesn't mind the ones that add 5 or 10 cents a gallon to cover the fees credit card companies charge businesses.
So that's normal. That's what they should be charging.
But when the discrepancy is $1 a gallon,
there should be a law showing what they're going to charge you if you use a credit card.
Only the states of Maryland, Massachusetts, and Connecticut mandate gas stations post cash and credit prices that a driver can see from the road. Since Florida has no law, here's what you can do to protect yourself. Look closely at the pump before inserting your credit card. If the price isn't clear, ask the clerk inside to see the per gallon difference. You can also withdraw from your bank's ATM before filling up. And be especially careful at stations near major highways. These stations don't always depend on repeat customers as much as ones in neighborhood shopping centers.
Hey guys, so I found another skimmer device. Basically, if you come to a pump and you select the buttons and they kind of have to be forced in and they're not popping up like they should be, most likely you have a skimmer device. This one is the overlay that captures your data when you type in your button for your PIN number. That's being recorded, and that's also being transmitted. So when you slide your card and you push the buttons, the numbers are being captured on this device here. Now, as far as your card reader, if you pull this, if you ever go to any place where you can swipe your card, most likely this is what they put there. So if you can try to pull it and it's loose, most likely they have a skimmer device. And that's where they're capturing your mag strip or your chip on your card. So this one captures your PIN, this one captures your card.